Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a success and motivation hypnosis session. It was created for a client that had been highly successful in many different industries in many different times of their life, and was now embarking in a new career, a new industry, a new location, and wanted to ensure two key things. One, that they were in a confident, resourceful, motivated state to have the biggest and quickest impact in this new world. But also, in the past, they realized that windows of opportunity had opened and closed, and they didn't make the most of those windows of opportunity. So they really wanted to make sure that in the inevitable event of moments of opportunity, that they would really make the most of those windows. The client worked in the world of real estate, and some of the suggestions here won't translate to all careers and industries, but the essence of motivation and momentum and feeling hungry to have an impact and do what's necessary to make progress are universal. Doesn't matter what industry or sector or career you have, these are universal principles. If you feel, though, that working with me directly could enable you to have an impact on your career trajectory, give you more confidence, give you more resources, unlock that hunger within you to really do well in your business or your career, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a free consultation call. And it might be that working with me directly, it may be able to save months or even years from a trajectory because many people self-sabotage, they have unresourceful states that if they become successful, they kind of take their foot off the gas. So if you feel that working with me could help you, click that link, we'll have a chat. It's completely free. But for now, you might find that this session is actually quite helpful, quite useful. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of stress or tension or worries to feel like it's leaving your body in your outward breath. Imagine as you breathe in a vibrant, bright color that represents resourcefulness, almost like a beam of light going in through your nose, filling your body with that intense feeling of resourcefulness. And as you exhale, just imagine a darker, grayer color leaving your body in your outward breath, representing any tension, any stress, any doubts, any of those things that have been getting in the way, holding you back. Just feel like those things are leaving your body. So just by breathing in And breathing out, you start to feel like you're becoming more relaxed, releasing tension, and going to a place where your imagination can be free and creative. I want you to think back to a memory, a time when you were in Idaho by a lake. And maybe you can think of a memory many years ago, or maybe a few months ago. But I want you to think of that lake almost like you're a bird flying over the lake. You can see perhaps the trees, nature surrounding the lake. Maybe you can imagine seeing a boat, a jet ski. Underneath you, see the patterns in the water from that bird's eye view. Feel the wonderful feeling of gliding. Imagine the feeling of sunshine on your back as you glide over the lake. Feel how good it feels to be free, effortlessly gliding. And somewhere near the edge of that lake, I want you to see a cabin that you recognize. I want you to imagine swooping down and landing just outside that cabin. But you land not as a bird. You land as you, feeling how you would feel if you're there, right there, by Williams Lake. Maybe there's a dock, maybe a porch. You're there by that cabin looking out onto the lake. And notice what you notice. Maybe it's the sound of birds in the trees. Maybe it's the small waves just breaking on the shore. Maybe you feel a breeze on your face. Or maybe you notice that here in this place you feel so relaxed, so your breathing is slower. Deep breaths in through your nose and effortlessly exhaling, deeper and longer than normal, breathing in that fresh air, the kind of air you only get near water. There's a freshness to it. You're breathing in that fresh air, you're exhaling any stresses and worries and tension. And there's something magical when you look out on water, partly from that gentle motion, but also from the reflection of the sun on the waves, creating those sparkles on the surface, glimmering on the waves. It's very easy to get lost in your own imagination. And many times, you were looking out onto the water, and it was almost like you were in a daydream, going back to the past or thinking about the future. And maybe when you finally came out of that place, you were surprised at how long you had been inwards in your own imagination. So imagine staring out into the water, feeling your arms and legs get limp, loose and heavy, eyelids becoming more relaxed, heavier and heavier, jaw releasing any tension. As you breathe in and breathe out, just feel how you would feel if you were so relaxed you were drifting off into a daydream. Perhaps in that daydream you can imagine something by that lake that was never there. A child's roundabout. I want you to imagine it stationary. And I want you to imagine a child, a small child, putting so much effort to push that roundabout around. As you acknowledge the idea that when something is stationary, the effort is required to build that momentum. And then eventually, momentum is created, the roundabout starts to spin, and then you can see that child jumping on the roundabout, spinning round. What started off as hard work very quickly became fun and freedom. But if the child ever gets complacent, the roundabout will stop and the hard work is needed again. But this is a smart child. Whenever the roundabout starts to slow, they just give it a good push. Maybe with their legs, maybe with their arms. And the roundabout very quickly picks up pace. And I wonder, how many times in your life did you do the hard work to get the roundabout spinning, and for whatever reason that roundabout ground to a halt? It feels demotivating to get something that was spinning so fast, spinning again if it's now stationary. And many people are looking for a new roundabout. But if the roundabout keeps spinning, and there's so much fun to be had on that roundabout, why would you ever want to find a different roundabout, or a slide or a swing, when the fun is there, when it feels effortless, when it feels enjoyable to do the thing? There is no chore. There is no burden, there is no obligation. And I wonder how you would feel about life if some of those things you think you have to do, you suddenly start thinking these are things that you get to do. There is a privilege, an opportunity, a way of making hay while the sun is shining. And I want you to imagine, to drift deeper into your imagination. And I want you to imagine you are deep in the Amazon rainforest. Deep in the heart of Brazil. And I want you to imagine seeing cattle in the forest, reaching a large river, and you know this river to be the Amazon. But it's the Amazon deep in the Amazon rainforest. And the cattle are nervous because they know that there are piranhas there in the river. I want you to imagine observing as you see the first cattle start to cross the river, and then you see a frenzy, splashing, spluttering, the screeching. And I want you to get this sense that these hungry piranhas in the Amazon don't often encounter such a large creature going into their waters. This is a small window of opportunity. And I want you to imagine there's two different types of piranhas. There's the apathetic, slow, begrudging piranha there in the water, feeling like, oh, do I have to eat? there are other piranhas that look at that cattle going into their waters as something they get to do. They want it. This is the best thing that could happen for them. And those piranhas that have their eye on the prize, those piranhas that are looking out for opportunities, those piranhas that don't hesitate when they see the right opportunity, are quick to move, quick to take advantage, acknowledging that this window doesn't open very long. So while the window is open, they feed. They feed in a frenzy, taking that hunger and having it work for them. And meanwhile, those slow, begrudging, pessimistic piranhas, by the time they actually swim over to that cattle, there's nothing left for them. I want you to feel within you, you are unlocking an insatiable appetite, a desire to seek out opportunities, to be ready to move quickly, but also to do the groundwork, to see the groundwork as the foundation in which bigger things can be built. As you unlock that insatiable feeling of motivation and desire, I want you to start thinking of what that looks like in your life. What are those things that you can do more of that would inevitably bring more opportunity towards you? What are those things that other people complain about, moan about, hesitate about, that you could have the power of courage, making bold moves? He who hesitates waits. There is a first mover advantage in almost all things. Feel that you are the one to eat the cake and everyone else can fight for the crumbs. As you feel that you are unlocking that insatiable desire, hunger, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. I want you to get a sense that there are so many ways that you can turn those things on your vision board into reality. Feeling resourceful, feeling confident, feeling motivated, feeling determined. But all of that means nothing if you're too slow to move. There's been times in your life that you did an amazing speech or did something that you were proud of. Imagine going back to those moments, feeling how you felt at the time, a sense of certainty, confidence, and notice that whenever you felt that certainty and confidence, it had momentum, just like that roundabout being pushed round. It went beyond that moment. I wonder how you would see the world differently if you acknowledged that in many ways you are the best. No one can be you in the way that you are you. So take ownership of those qualities, experiences, remembering that many amazing successes that you've had were almost by accident. And if you can accidentally, unintentionally do so well in so many different areas, I wonder what would happen when your eye is on the prize and there is pure intention to do something significant now at this moment. In the past, windows have opened and windows have closed, and you didn't realize the opportunity until you looked backwards. But you're different now, you're wiser now. Everything that's happened in your past has given you experiences and wisdom and skills, so that now, when the harvest comes, you will be there to reap the benefit of that harvest. And you know that the healthier you are, the better you sleep, the better you eat, the more you look after yourself and your body, the better able you are to be able to take advantage of these opportunities. The sick, tired, old lion, even if they want the gazelle, they can't catch it. So you unlock the desire to be the fittest, healthiest, strongest version of you, knowing that that will equip you to take advantage of these windows of opportunity that open and close in your life. Feel the pressure. Enjoy the pressure. The pressure can fuel your determination to excel. Maybe there's a label, a title that would signify progress for you. Maybe there's an award, a trophy, a certificate. Imagine winning that. But that's not the end. That's just a stepping stone, a seal of approval, a tip of the hat, an acknowledgement that you have the resources to be someone very special, significant, making waves. As your unconscious mind unlocks these resources, feel that predatory hunger within you, the wolf, the lion, the tiger. Feel that insatiable appetite of the piranha. And then feel like you're returning to a cabin by a lake, seeing a child still spinning that roundabout around. And in your life, the roundabout is already spinning. But you have unlocked the antidote to complacency. You will keep that roundabout spinning, and in doing so guarantee that more windows of opportunity open for you. Breathe in and breathe out, and feel that your future will only get better as you return to the present with all of these thoughts, resources, and emotions. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, feeling like you're fully integrated into the moment. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken enthusiastic, excited, hungry to move forward and build on the momentum already in motion. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.